Be sure to go to bit.ly/funnycommunity to join our funny community. Comment on episodes and who knows what else. That's bit.ly/funnycommunity. Protectorate Productions Comedy Showcase. Here we go. Bells in the Batfry, John Bell's show, can be found at thebatfry.com, on the Mutual Audio Network, and finer podcast sites.
Just hold it right there, Mr. Self-Professed Evil Russian Guy. No PR campaign is going to help you because I'm going to send this show to the State Department and they'll hear that you confess that you are evil. Ha!
Ha! Yourself! You will do no such thing, otherwise I will have to release what I have in my possession.
And what might that be?
I have a dossier of all the trouble you have gotten into on your many travels.
Trouble? Trouble? I've been in no trouble.
No? Let's look at your travel record. What about the biggest ball of twine in Minnesota mischief?
I can explain that.
The Elvis-O-Rama Rumble.
Oh.
The Tupperware Museum mishap.
Ooh.
The Bull Weevil Monument Lesser of Two Weevils.
No, listen,
Cranberry World Woefulness.
Oh, boy.
Shuffleboard Hall of Fame Faux Pas. Poodle Dog Rock Riot.
Wait.
McAlb Albino Squirrels Quarrel.
All right. I may have had a few moments of misfortune.
I am sending this dossier to our local embassy to make sure that you say nothing about me, or else all this will be released to the public.
You don't have a local embassy.
It is secret embassy.
Secret?
In back of local convenience store.
Well.
But I have said too much.
Definitely.
Farewell, Mr. Bell.
Yeah, toodles.
And you, Mr. Motworth.
Yes?
I'll be in touch.
Looking forward to it.
James Kennison over at nlcast.com.
Here come the clowns.
It's JoJo! It's JoJo! JoJo the Christian! JoJo the Christian! JoJo the Christian clown! Yeah!
Hand puppets. They're the most used variety, operated obviously by hand. They are expensive and are usually kept in puppet closets on stakes. It's very scary if you've ever seen them. Half of them aren't even wearing clothes. If you can't avoid the ministry rooms using them or the room housing them, I suggest setting them up outside the windows of the children's pastor's home at night. I think they will get the message of how truly horrifying these abominations of felt can be if they open their windows, say at like 3 a.m., and see Charlie, the little guy messing up the scripture verse, staring them in the face. I think they'll get the message.
You know, if you enjoy listening to comedy and would like to do it yourself, you can. For free comedy and drama scripts for you or your drama team to perform, go to www.christianskitscripts.com. Plus, you'll find soundtrack CDs you can purchase to enhance your performance of the skits. It's do-it-yourself Christian comedy at christianskitscripts.com.
You need something to listen to, but check out The Temp. You can find it on most podcast directories. And it is funny. Not only is it funny, it's family friendly. It follows, big surprise, a temp as he gets into all sorts of funny situations. Will he ever find a permanent job? How's he going to take what he's doing this time? Well, you got to listen to find out. Check out The Temp on the podcast directories. And I would like to personally thank Michael Wilhelm for sharing this show with his audience.
I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe that He is the only way to heaven. This is no joke. That's why I'm part of the Christian podcast community over at ChristianPodcastCommunity.com. My comedy podcast isn't there, but Protectors of the Book, Quest for Truth, and Lion's Den audiobook and drama podcast are all part through the Life Truth Network of the Christian podcast community. So check out all the great shows at ChristianPodcastCommunity.com and check out our work at life-truth.com.
And here's this week's Old Time Radio Moment, brought to you by the Retro Radio Podcast and Keith Helsley.
Hello? Oh, just a minute.
Oh, it's probably Betty.
Gracie, you want it on the phone.
Oh, all right. I wish all those handsome men wouldn't call me up in front of Mr. Douglas. It's embarrassing.
Will you answer the phone?
Oh, hello. This is Gracie Allen speaking, and I can't go out with you tonight because maybe I've got a date with Mr. Douglas.
Yes, maybe not.
What? You say you've known me longer than Mr. Douglas? Well, that's funny. I don't recognize your voice.
Gracie, will you...
Please, Judge. What? You say you've known me ever since I was a little girl? Well, spell your name, please. Oh, now I remember. Hello, Mother.
Mother? Well, I'm really surprised she could spell her name.
How are you, Mother? Really? Oh, poor Unky. How's Daddy, Mother? He is? Oh, poor Unky. How's my little nephew? Yeah? Oh, poor Unky. How's Unky, Mother?
Look, Gracie, will you break this up?
Mother, will you give Unky this message for me? Here it is. Goodbye.
Well, that's a smart message. Gracie, what's the matter with your uncle?
Well, Judge, you know where Unky's right leg used to be.
Where his right leg used to be?
Yes.
Well, I've got a rough idea.
Well, his left leg is there now.
His left leg is where his right leg used to be?
Yeah, but that's not the worst of it. His right leg
is where his left leg used to be. Look, let me get this straight.
Did Betty McDermott call yet, George?
Not yet.
Well, don't worry, she will.
Who's worrying? So your uncle's left leg is where his right leg used to be?
George, were you ever in a train wreck?
Was I ever in a train wreck? Why, no.
Oh, that's a shame. What are you doing tonight?
Gracie, was your uncle in a train wreck?
Well, not exactly. You see, they called me from the receiving hospital and said, we've got a man here who says he's your uncle. So I said, congratulations, boy or girl. And
Wait a
he
minute,
said...
just a minute. Look, Gracie, how did your uncle get into this receiving hospital? What happened?
Well, am I telling you what happened or are you asking me?
You're telling me.
Well, all right, don't act like I'm doing it.
Now, look, let's start from the beginning.
All right. Judge, what's the matter with your uncle?
Oh, he's fine. My uncle. It's your uncle.
Oh, yes. Well, anywho, he's in the receiving hospital, and I was rushing down Fifth Avenue to get the subway when all of a sudden...
You were rushing down Fifth Avenue?
Yes.
The subway is on 7th Avenue.
Yeah, I know, but all the nice stores are on Fifth Avenue.
Oh, I see, yeah.
So, I thought I could run for the subway and do my window shopping at the same time.
That's because you were worried about your uncle.
Well, certainly. And then I ran into that dress shop that's owned by those people who came over in the Mayflower.
The Pilgrims?
No, Milgram.
Oh, Milgrims, yes, you're right.
Yes. And I bought 3 dresses and the cutest hat.
Gracie, what about your uncle?
Oh, Unky doesn't buy his clothes at Milgram's.
I guess your uncle gets his clothes in sacks.
No, just peanuts.
He gets peanuts in sacks.
Yeah, in those paper
thick sacks. Yes.
I say, George, old boy, this piece of humor is so funny that every time I tell it, I burst. So I'd better unbutton my vest.
Well, all right, Ray. Get started and unbutton your vest.
I say, what kind of babies aren't born with bare feet? And you say all babies are born with bare feet, and I say, oh, no, they're not. Baby tigers aren't born with bare feet.
Ray, you can button your vest.
Oh, righto. Betty McDermott hasn't called yet,
Not
George?
yet, Frank, not yet.
Well, I hope she gets here before I leave. You know, the kid's had enough tough breaks as it is.
Gracie, your uncle is in the receiving hospital, remember?
Oh, yes. So, I finally got to the hospital and my heart was pounding. So I ran... Well, just listen to it. It's still pounding. So
Quiet, there's somebody at the door. Come in.
Good evening. I'm looking for Miss Gracie Allen.
Gracie Allen. Am I a short girl with pretty
Look,
black hair and baby blue eyes?
mister, what can we do for you?
Well, I dabble in surrealism. My name is Charles Wentworth Spencer Lawrence, artist, critic, and bohemian.
Well, how do? And I'm Flatfoot Fuji with a Floyd Floyd.
How do? Miss Allen, I've been admiring your surrealistic paintings in the Julian Levy Gallery.
Well, who hasn't?
Miss Allen, would you mind telling me how you got your inspiration for that painting of yours called The Love Life of an Hors d'oeuvre?
The Love Life of an Hors d'oeuvre?
Oh, that's the one I painted with my daddy's shaving brush.
Well, it looks it.
Oh, but I'll never be able to paint another one like that.
Why not?
Well, on account of my daddy is using an electric razor now.
Well, that's a pity.
I say, George, what do you think of this one? I say, I went to see a play last night, and then you say, on borrowed time. Then I say, no, on borrowed money.
Ray, you can button your vest again.
Rather, yes.
Miss Allen, I'm here to invite you to an exhibition next week at the Boston Art Institute. They're hanging one of my paintings.
Oh, thank you, and you must come to Alcatraz. They're hanging one of my brothers.
Goodbye. Everything happens to me.
Betty McDermott hasn't
No,
been here.
not yet, Frank, not yet.
Well, anywho, George, my uncle's left leg is where his right leg used to be, and his right leg...
Gracie, you know, you remind me of a package of Chesterfield.
You mean because I satisfy?
No, because you never dry up either.
Oh. I don't get it.
You don't. Well, get this. I don't want to hear any more about your uncle.
But I do, George. Gracie's aroused my curiosity.
Oh, Mr. Douglas, have I really?
Well, Paul, you got into this. You get out.
Well, what I meant was, how could your uncle have his right leg where his left leg used to be, and his left leg where his right leg used to be?
Mr. Douglas, did you ever put your pants on backwards?
Now I realize I've shared that with you before, but it was so funny I had to do it again. But to make up for the fact that I have shared a repeat with you, I wanted to share these two new original shorts. Wait, does that make it a pair of shorts? As graveyard turns, so are days of our flies. Money, I'm home. Me bring home the brains. Oh, you're so good, husband, to bring home the brains. Neighbor, bring home bacon. Is he human? And it's the zombies versus the zombinators, and we're in the final moments of the final quarter of the game. Just moments from seeing who will win and who will lose. It's a close game, isn't it, Bob? Yes, it is, George. It's a very close game. I'm amazed to see what's about to... Wait. What's on the field here? It looks like the quarterback is taking a knee. Oh. The defensive lineman just fell over. Well, I'm pretty sure he needed that knee. Have a good day, and remember, laughter, it's a really good medicine.